situation that I'm in. Or am I bound to sit alone, drowning in my sins? Get right or get left, what will it be? Time is running out, the blood is flowing down the streets. People need to know we're living in a war zone.
Everybody, welcome to the Loot Bros Podcast. I'm your host, Residentdarrell, and I finally got my crew back. That's right. The band is back together. We got the bearded nerd. What's up, brother?
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing?
Good to see your freshly trimmed beard face. Look at you
already. My face is
looking like a real boy. So I'm glad to have you back. It's been a wild week for the Ledfords.
Yeah, wife's been in the hospital. Daughter went to the doctor twice. We finally figured out she has really, really bad asthma. So they gave her a nebulizer. She also had like some viral sickness. And then last week, I found out I had an ulcer, and I worked like a week through work, and I started coughing up blood, and I was like, "Yeah, this ain't it.
Yeah, don't die.
This ain't it."
Don't die. All right, and then we got Joe. What's up?
What's up, guys? All four of us together, man. It's insane. It's been a while.
It feels like this past year has been really difficult to keep the crew healthy and to keep everybody together because we've had all the sicknesses go through. We've had COVIDs, we've had ulcers, we've had, not trying to make light of it, but we've had health issues with spouses. I mean, goodness, it feels like the Loot crew has been enduring some hardships. So we've definitely done some nasty things in our previous lives. But we're here, Joe. Glad to see you again. I know that we've tried to accommodate schedules and in turn wrecked schedules. So it really is good to have all four of us back. So, and then we have coming in clutch Kalai. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful today. I'm so excited. Oh,
God. That's right. Yeah, you guys can't see this because this is an audio only podcast, but I can see Kalai's brand new work from home office.
That's right. That's right, everybody. I am moving jobs finally after the 10 years at the same job. And 3 days a week, I will get to work from home.
That's dope. You know how many achievements and trophies you could potentially pop on the clock?
We'll see.
More than tricky.
That's right. What you could do is you could just find a list of games that pop themselves over time. And at the very least, just so you can say you did it, just have them on. I think it's a Lifeless Planet is a game that if it's on 15 hours is a trophy. Saints Row 4 and Saints Row Get Out of Hell. It's 30 hours is a trophy. You can just have them on. Don't play them. Don't be getting in trouble. But then boom, whenever they pop, you just be like, yeah, that's right. I got that on the clock. What's up?
And I could do it twice. Because I have my major big computer here that I'm recording at, and right to my left here is my actual Xbox and PS PlayStation. So I could technically have it on 3 different systems.
That's right. You could sit there and you could just subtle flex and be like, look at me getting all of the trophies and achievements while getting paid. So that is dope. Congratulations. All right, guys. This is the Loot Bros Podcast. This is your general gaming and sometimes we tell funny jokes podcast. We have a Patreon. This month's Patreon episodes are already live. We have the WWE 2K22 deep dive where we got to sit back, Joe and I, while making John Cena promos and sound effects, listen to Kalai talk about her struggles with the campaign of WWE 2K22.
17.9 hours. To be just the showcase mode.
Hey, check it out. Even if you don't like wrestling, you got to listen to this deep dive. I entered in some really, really solid promos for you guys, for the listeners.
It was hysterical because you were like, and why did you get into watching wrestling? I was like, what the fuck?
It was awesome. But I have been listening to some, just kind of reliving some of my favorite promos. So I stitched them in throughout the episode. So even if you're not into wrestling, there's some good stuff in there. I pulled one of my favorites from Scott Steiner where he's like, when I come to town, all my hoochies come around. And it's so funny, it's so awkward because this chick was trying to be hot beside him, and then at one point in time, Buff Bagwell just taps her on the shoulder. He's like, yo, dog, get up. He's just squatting by the man's junk while he talks for 5 minutes. That's weird. Made me laugh so hard putting those in. So, yes, the October deep dive is live, and we have our Super Loot Bros episode. This time, my good friend Tricky Mick, the owner of Proven Gamer and the host of the Trophy Horse, he and I got together and we did a little bit of industry speculation. So the conversation we had was about what games we think, or what do we think we're going to see out of the Sony first party studio. We're going to come together with maybe an Xbot in the future. So all Xbots are on notice. You are welcome to come on and have that conversation with me and talk about the Xbox first party and see what we think is going to happen in 2023. So we had some good conversations, and Tricky and I have been volleying back and forth on each other's Patreon content on each other's shows. So we had a console war conversation on their Patreon, shameless plug, and then we had a industry speculation conversation on ours. So we had a really good time. Tricky and I had a good time talking. So if you're into that guy, that schmuck at all, he made an appearance on our Patreon. While I am talking about the housekeeping, let's go ahead and jump into a handful of things the Patreon also gets you. Besides the Super Loot Bros episodes, besides the deep dives, you get the monthly early access to the Driftcast. You get early access to all the Loot Bros Comic Cast content. And I've been pumping that out steadily. My
Lord, I know that this is a audio only podcast, but I don't know what Zack is eating, but that cheese string that came out of his mouth was on point. My God, it was like a commercial.
Yeah, the wife made pesto, fresh mozzarella, tomato, and balsamic vinegar sandwiches.
Balsamic.
Damn.
Oh, that
and
was
she just brought them into me. So I was like, I haven't ate all day. I'm going to eat this.
That's nice. That's nice. My wife's getting a deep tissue massage right now. And then she's got a mani-pedi. And then they're doing coffee, wine, and crackers, which my wife doesn't drink, so the other ladies will be drinking.
Look
and then
at
they're going
Look at that. Oh,
to a steakhouse. Like, y'all are all living it up around me. And you know what I did? I freaking had dino nuggies and fries. Wow.
Dude, dino nugget. You can't beat dino nugget and fries, though. It's a classic combination.
I'm not supposed to have a cheat meal today because of all the chaos going on in our lives. I was like, you know what? Cheat meal, cheat day, cheat weekend. Let's go.
Dude, it might be a cheat month.
Bruh, I'm 53 pounds down since May. Technically end of April, but May. Yeah, 53 pounds down. And I was like, you know what? F it. I had M&Ms. I had donuts. I had chicken nuggies and fries with bacon and barbecue sauce and cheese.
You're making me thirsty. And
it's delicious. Oh, whoa, that's right. All right, so, hey, subscribe to YouTube, check out our Discord, and let's toast our Patreon producers. That's right. Our Patreon producers for the month of October is my name is Effin Mayo, MZ Effin Nitro, Effin Sadik, and Redbeard Effin Rick. All of these Effin Patreon boys.
Also, I would like to toast to Matt G.
Matt Effin G.
Yeah. Matt G came over on his day off and moved my entire house and set up my brand new desk. So thank you. Along with my good friend Carl. Like, I couldn't get off the couch.
Coral?
Coral. Is that you, Coral?
So thank you, God.
You can't kill people, Carl.
You know, Coral.
That hurts people.
Hey, I want to give. Go ahead.
I said we should officially rename Matt G to G Unit.
G Unit. That's right. And then every time I introduce Kalai, I gotta go. Here we go.
You put it all over me.
It's like, whoa, easy, Jim. No, it's like anytime I go to introduce Kalai, it's like, and it's coming in clutch Kalai. Beep, beep, beep.
Nah, she has to come out word life. It's the basic thugonomics.
That's right. Freaking basic thugonomics. All right, guys. Let's talk some games. I probably have the shortest list out of everybody.
Doubt that.
Not the only thing I have that's really short. So typically I bring up the rear. But today I'm going to start us off. All right. So here's what I have. I've been playing Splatterhouse. I've talked to you guys about Splatterhouse here on the show recently. PS3, smash them up, brawler, horror. game. It's dope, and digging it, really enjoying it. I'm chipping away at that right now as we speak. And then the only other thing I've played is Ghost of Tsushima for our upcoming game club, which, by the way, the new list is live on Patreon. Excuse me. If you are a Patreon subscriber, you have access to vote on the games we're going to play for our monthly, quarterly game clubs, whenever the time frame falls, depending on the length of the game. And for game club number 2, we're playing Ghost of Tsushima. So the newest list, as a matter of fact, while I'm talking about it, I'll go ahead and bring it up. Here's the games that we threw together as a group for the Loot Bros Game Club number 3. So the Loot Bros Game Club number 2, we'll have that review discussion November 3rd. For Game Club number 3, we have Halo 4, Man of Medan, Deathloop, A Plague Tale Requiem, The Evil Within, Bug Snacks, Ratchet & Clank 2016, Skyrim, Siphon Filter, and Hitman. All of these games are available on some sort of subscription service between Xbox, PlayStation, and most likely, your other various Steam, Epic platforms. You've had access to them. So just want to throw those out there. Those are the most recent games. You can go on to the Patreon and you can vote right now. Ratchet & Clank 2016 has 60% of the votes, and then Deathloop has 40% of the votes. So we've already got people voting, and so far, that's what we got. All right, that's it. Those are the 2 games I've played. I haven't played anything else. I've had really no time this week. So, Joe, you're next. That's the person I'm looking at.
All right. I mean, you should be looking at all of us, but I get it.
I don't even have the screen brought up. I just totally was looking. I was like, I think I'm pointing at Joe, so I'm going to call that one.
There we go. I played a lot of stuff this past week. I've had a lot of time to play the games, especially the last 2 days. With the wife and daughter at dance every Saturday morning. Saturday morning has been the prime time to game, so played a lot of Fallout 4. Trying to chip away at that. Very, very... Damn, that sandwich looks good.
Right?
just chipping away at Fallout 4.
He's flexing on that with that sandwich, man.
I finally got some fusion cores for my power armor, so I can finally go fuck shit up, like royally. Like I just walk around beating shit with a metal bat. Like that's all I've been doing. So I put like spikes on my metal bat and then barbed wire. I just upgraded to barbed wire like 3 or 4 minutes ago, and I'm really liking Fallout 4. It's really good. I think it's more of a... I didn't really like New Vegas, and everyone thinks I'm like sacrilegious for that. I just didn't like it. I like 3 a lot better, and I like 4 a lot. Like honestly, I really like the story, so I'm really getting into that. I've been playing. Yeah.
Hey Joe, you know what I like?
What?
Getting trophies.
Oh!
I would like to comment. Could you can you reserve the right to use that only with the use of my name?
No. That should literally be the new trophy thing.
That's right. I'll try. I could probably make that happen.
With like Funkmaster Flex, like explosions in the background as it's going on. I also played One Piece Pirate Warrior 3, which is another Muso game, but I'm actually like beating this one, so it's not like I'm just like playing it to level up characters or do what I normally do. I'm actually playing this to beat it. I jumped into What Remains of Edith Finch on PS5 because we got the free upgrade. Speaking of free upgrades,
automatically trophy pop?
No. Speaking of free upgrades, did you see we got the Man of Medan and
Little Hope?
Little Hope. Or Little Hope. Yeah. We got both of those for free this week.
Yep.
So
and they have new trophies, and apparently they added new content.
Wait, they have new trophies?
Yes, there's supposedly more trophies. Like something else is added to it.
Yeah, there's like director's cut modes and thing in both of them, right? And new endings. Yeah. That's cool. I wonder why. I'm surprised they didn't release those for like money. Most companies do. So
let's take it. Let's just have it.
Since the last time I've been on, I platinumed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection for PS4.
Nice.
Like that's done. I'm gonna go do PS5 soon. There's only one game I cheated to beat, which was Tournament Fighter on Sega Genesis. And I know Alex explained it on Trophy Horse, but for those who don't listen to that show, which is a lot of people, the way you beat that game, because it's so broken as shit, you basically take a second controller and you press start on the second controller and you have it be the character you're supposed to verse in tournament mode. And then you keep doing that until you beat everybody in the game. And then the last fight, you actually have to fight on your own, which you have to fight Kalai. You have to fight Shredder's daughter. But she's not too hard once you get the hang of it. And you can like abuse the save state if you want. So that was like the hardest trophy in that entire collection. Beating the first game was difficult, but not as difficult. Because honestly, you can use the rewind feature. So if you fuck up, you can just rewind it a little bit. Overall, it was a really good collection. I definitely think I'm just going to cheese the PS5 version. Just like platinum it today, maybe. Just blast right through it.
Do it. Dare you.
That'll be 2 platinums. I finished Guardians of the Galaxy.
Is it a good collection, Joe? I mean, like, is it something
Turtles?
worth jumping? Yeah,
It's worth
$40.
Yeah, $40, well worth it. Well worth the price of admission. And I would say buy it on PS4 if you have PS4 because you get the PS5 upgrade for free. There's no sense of just buying it for PS5 because it doesn't go backwards, but it goes forward. So if you're a trophy hunter like I am, and Darrell, the rest of us, well, not Kalai, not really Zack, but if you are a trophy hunter, it's definitely worth buying the PS4 version.
Hey, don't disrespect me. There's a PS4 in my living room.
That's right. He's gonna one of us.
Congratulations, sir.
So
congratulations. We should have toasted to that.
That's right. Here we go.
So it's hold on.
Oh, little slurp.
So it's actually we're re-downloading Infinite Warfare because that was my wife's favorite zombies mode.
Nice.
Hey, I downloaded that yesterday, bro. I'm not even joking.
Do you know they have an extinction type map too, right?
Let's play.
I mean, we can do that. Maybe later once you actually have time to do something.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, and then I got we're just whispering, and then I got Stray downloading, and I forgot that at some point in time we got Spider-Man for our PlayStation Plus game, and I was like, oh, I claimed that, so I downloaded it, so it should have my save state, so I don't have to start all over again.
Nice. You've been claiming everything now?
Yeah, I just claimed Need for Speed, and what was the other one? It's some weird. We had Need for Speed Heat this month, and some weird. I think not Edge of Eternity. It's some.
It's Grand Blue. Grand Blue. It's really fun. It's a fighting game, actually. It's made by Arc Systems.
Okay, yeah, because
dope.
I claimed both of those as soon as I got it because I literally got it set up like 4 minutes before we got on the call. So
nice. And then Tuesday you get Hot Wheels.
Oh, true.
Hot Wheels and something else. I don't remember what the other one is, but it's a good games this month.
Yeah, Hot Wheels and a game we already have.
Injustice 2. You get Injustice 2.
But
Injustice 2 is dope though.
You can stream it though on both services.
You can.
It's such a good freaking game.
Dude, it's a fantastic. It's like one of the best
platinum
games.
that's got like 0.1% of people that played the game.
I got that junk. I got that platinum.
That's just a grind. Did you get the platinum on 11 yet? On Mortal Kombat 11 yet?
No, because I didn't really like 11.
I loved 11. I just can't beat that stupid fucking thing. And Tricky used macros to beat it, so I'm not lowering myself to his level just to get a trophy.
He's smarter than me. I played the campaign modes or whatever. And then just didn't really like it. Like I am an Injustice guy. I'm not a Mortal Kombat guy. Like I don't. They're just so much better. Like, and of course it's DC stuff. It's Batman. Like the armor system, the gear system made me want to play. Like I thought the gear looked awesome. Like it was just cool to have. And I think it took me 89 hours to get that platinum, but dude, that is one of my favorite platinums.
Nice. I played it for the Turtles mostly. Like once that DLC came out, I bought that and I just played as Turtles like constantly. They're so good.
Yep. Did you play anything else this week, Joe?
Yeah, I played a fuck ton. I played Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and I finished it. So I have to actually update that and put that in. But yeah, that game's freaking phenomenal. I know Kalai beat it too, so Kalai's probably the only other one that can talk about it with me. But yeah, that game is dope. Darrell, did you beat it or did you just play it?
What game?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy? I haven't touched it yet.
Oh, it's so good, man.
We should do a deep dive.
Wait,
we should.
Did we put that on the list?
That's on the list.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one's going to vote for it.
Yeah. I mean, we can
they're all going to vote for something fucking ridiculous. It takes like 2 months to beat.
I don't know. No, so far right now, Ratchet & Clank 2016 is dominating.
Good. I don't have to play anything. I beat that like years ago.
There you go. That's a good game.
That's a great game. I'm actually go back and platinum it though.
I did
because I just have to do the stupid races that they're fucking stupid times, and then I have to do the dance gun thing. I think that's all I have left.
You have to make sure you have to make Dr. Nefarious dance at the end. That was the one I was missing. I had to play the whole game through.
Yeah, because I don't fucking chapter select. Some fucking dumb game doesn't have chapter select.
Yeah. Especially a Ratchet game. Like, no, you should know better. But that being said, that game is great. And if you watch a quick video on the race times, you'll see like the path you have to do to shave. It shaves your time off. It's super easy.
It's that easy?
I mean, it's kind of a timing thing too. But yeah, like I watched the video and I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense. And I got it.
You're like, oh yeah, I don't suck as much anymore. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
I played Control Ultimate Edition and I'm just like stuck in this one part. And I think I just have to like go around and just kill a bunch of shit and level up. But like, I'm trying to like force myself through the game because I already beat it on PS4. So I'm just trying to force myself for the +2. Just go through it again.
Yeah. That's so good, dude.
Played Need for Speed Heat. And that is probably the most fun Need for Speed game I've ever played.
Just because that's what I was telling you.
You could do the whole thing as like a crew, which is like insane. So like you don't even have to play it by yourself. So it's like you don't really ever get stuck because if you have people that are 10 times better than you, all you have to do is finish in third and everybody else one person just has to finish in first. And you automatically win the race. So I'm like, this game is broken as shit. I can just have Corey blast me through this in like a day.
There you go.
But it's fun. I actually want to do it myself. It's a great game. I played a little bit of Saints Row the 3rd remastered.
So
this game's just so good. Like the characters in that game are just so funny. Like I like Saints Row. It's such a great franchise.
Now let me ask you a question. All these games that you've been playing, have you been playing them on that PS Now service?
No.
Okay.
No, a lot of these are games I own. I don't think any of them
are on there though.
A lot of them are on there, but I own them. I own them physically, so
Kalai, we've discussed this before. You're Joe's voice of reason when he wants to buy a new game, and you haven't been his voice of reason lately, so he's just bought a bunch of games.
No, I haven't bought any games. The last game I bought, which is the last game I'll talk about, is it's a game called Potion Permit. It's for Switch. It's on Switch, Xbox, and it's on. I think it's on Game Pass actually, and it's on PS4. I think it's on PS4. I know it's on Steam, but basically it's a farming simulator because there's not enough of those this year. So it's a farm simulator, but the coolest thing about it is it's different in that you're farming for like pharmaceuticals and you're a doctor, and basically you go around curing people in the town, and to do them you do like Tetris style missions to like cure the people.
Dope.
So it's like interesting. It's like anytime you like make a potion, you have to like use the ingredients, and the ingredients like make like tetranome blocks, and you have to like put them together to solve like the tetranome puzzle to cure the person.
I like it.
So it's a pretty cool game. It's a nice little indie. It was like $20. I was like, I saw it in like one of those like Nintendo indie shows on YouTube, and I was like, I want to play this. So I picked it up.
I just realized, and I just blurted it out and interrupted you, so I apologize for that. But I lied earlier, and I even put it in the notes so that I wouldn't forget. I've been playing the Stinky Switch all week long.
Nice. What have you been playing?
Every day I've worked out. I've tried to make this past Monday was kind of like, all right, for real. I'm going to start working out. I've beat my 50-pound goal just on diet alone. Now it's time to start exercising, and do things, do other things. So, I set my Switch up because I was going to do 30 minutes a day of kind of brisk walking on my, elliptical. And I was like, man, I'll play on the Switch because I can pull the Joy-Cons off and just come have them beside me, And I've got some yellow Joy-Cons. Matter of fact, I'll show you guys right here. I've got my Stinky Switch. These yellow ones has mega drift, mega drift, and the left one. So I put Resident Evil 6 on there, and it's basically like an endless runner because it makes me walk forward nonstop. And so I just sat there killing zombies and just freaking playing through Resident Evil 6 on my Switch every day at lunch for about 30 minutes. Not a ton of time, but I made a note to remind myself to tell you guys I've been playing the Switch. And I started talking to my brother, and I was like, man, I think I figured it out. I think I figured out what's going to make me play my Switch more is finding games. I'm thinking probably turn-based games, realistically. but like maybe some RPGs, maybe just button mash and hack and slash, just things that I don't, because Resident Evil 6 is kind of hard to do while you're trying to pick up any kind of real momentum. Your equilibrium gets off when you're aiming. But since I don't have to hold it, I can just kind of like have my hands to the side on the Joy-Cons. Dude, the Switch is like supreme when it comes to treadmill. And so I've got a bike and I've got an elliptical, so I'm thinking about trying to switch it over and just switch it. But I've got a busted Switch that needs a new battery, so I'm thinking about using that one, putting a new battery in it, using that one, and using my drifty Joy-Con, so that if something happens and I drop it and I mess it up, I won't worry about it.
You have multiple Switches in the house?
I do. I've got a broken one and I've got mine. The broken one I got in a trade deal.
But in his defense, he does have multiple kids, so I get that.
Yeah.
So does your bike have like a little shelf for an iPad?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what I do. Is I get on my bike and then I take the Joy-Cons off and I sit it on that little shelf.
Yep.
Play some premium games.
That's what I'm doing, and that's it was working so well. So I don't know. There's a couple games I have in mind, and right now I'm playing Resident Evil 6 because that's what I just wanted to play. Like I just had this itch to just roll and dive and shoot zombies in the balls. Like it's super fun that you can do all that you can do with that game. So anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Joe, but it just popped in my head. I'm like, oh crap.
No, we're good, man. I'm good. That's all the games I played.
All right. What about you, Kalai?
So this has been a very, very busy week for me, with everything going on and taking care of Jim. So I really haven't played much. Like I pretty much played Skyrim, a little bit of Skyrim, and a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima, which I don't really need to talk about. I have been watching a ton of movies and TV because that's really all Jim wants to do. So yesterday I watched Morbius. There
you go. It's morbid time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was free on Netflix. It wasn't like I didn't pay for it.
That's a good movie.
You just wasted but you're never gonna get that time back in your life. You realize that, right?
It's not that bad.
It's gone. You could have platinumed the game. You could have platinumed a Rat Plat in that time.
You're better.
Like you could have used that time to platinum a shitty game rather than watch a shitty movie.
Kalai, y'all enjoyed it, didn't you?
It was all right. Like I was kind of interested in it. Like I like the kind of story behind it. It had some really bad like green screening effects. Like when Matt Smith, which I'm a huge Matt Smith fan, when Matt Smith was like standing in front of the train and he was seeing him from a view, you could see the green screen in the background. I was like, this is really bad. But like I'm a Matt Smith fan. I think he did really well in that.
Yeah.
Also, is anybody else watching the new Game of Thrones, House of Dragons?
I have not started it. I think my wife said she started it.
My wife's watched it all.
Are you gonna watch it, Joe?
No.
Is it hypersexual like the last one was?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Matt Smith is in it, and then is anybody besides me a Doctor Who fan?
My wife, yet again.
Oh, do you want to ruin your wife's day?
No, she already hates the female Doctor Who.
Well, yeah, obviously, but Matt Smith was one of the Doctor Who's, and you get to see his ass in the movie, and he's like such in the show. If she's watched all the shows, watched all the episodes, it's like really like, oh my god. So in one of the scenes, this really isn't spoilery. One of the king's children, they age everybody up. So here he is standing in the big window of the castle of his room. He's got like this big window, just like masturbating, like he's about to like shoot a load all over everybody.
Welcome to the Loot Bro Soft Course channel.
Jeez.
But wait.
Today, Kalai reads 50 Shades of Dragon.
Jesus.
So wait, I come to find out the actor that plays it is named Ty Tennant. He is the son of David Tennant, who is one of the favorite people of Doctor Who. He's one of the best doctors ever to play. So if you just go up to your wife and say, you know that scene where the son is masturbating? That's David Tennant's son. I'm like, well, thanks. My Doctor Who is just the Doctor Who fan.
Doctor Who is Doctor Sploo.
Yeah.
So nasty.
It was absolutely bizarre. And his mother walks right into his bedroom and he's like talking to her. I'm like, whatever. Anyways, yeah. So sorry, I haven't really been playing much.
Too busy watching Doctor Who's son whack it.
Yeah.
He said, "Whack it."
What about you, Zach?
So I was super excited. I had to get up and get something. So I told you guys I ordered it. I finally got it. It's all nice and crispy, and you can see it now.
Hang on,
It's sealed.
Oh,
nice!
I just thought, yeah, get it.
That's also a name of a porn movie, I think.
Oh, no.
I think it's backdoor assault.
The only the only damage is a little dent right here in the box. But other than that, I'm super happy because it's my first like old sealed game.
That's
So
nice.
it will forever sit on my shelf. But I fell into the rabbit hole, which is emulators again.
Nice.
So but what's the most convenient is I have that Razer Kishi thing, so I could literally turn my phone into a Switch.
How is that?
Oh, I fucking love it, dude.
It's really nice.
So you can play Call of Duty Mobile with it on iPhone. You can play Apex Mobile, PUBG with it. But you can also so there's not an app for it. You go on Xbox's website and then click on Cloud Gaming and then make a shortcut for your home screen, and you can actually do the xCloud gaming stuff here.
Well, to be more specific, let me address that one. That's because you have an iPhone. Darrell does not. Darrell has.
Yes, I do.
You have an iPhone. You have an iPhone.
Yeah.
Then yes. Okay, so listeners, that's for the iPhone only. If you are a Samsung or Android user, then you can just go to the Android store, and download your cloud gaming. But it works great.
Yep.
And Matt G turned me on to that. I got the device like him. Matt got a brand new phone, and it's an inch too big for his Kishi.
Well, the cool thing about this is the Kishi. So the one for the iPhone accommodated for different size iPhones, so that it comes with an extra pair of rubber inserts to fit different sized iPhone.
Sweet. So I've been wanting to get one, and I found one the other day for like $25.
Perfect price by it.
Yeah, I didn't because I didn't know if that was a good price, but I really like the idea of getting the backbone, like because they got the PlayStation one.
Yeah, the backbone's cool. I almost got one, but they still want like $100 for it.
Right.
Why would I do that when I could just buy a Razer product?
Yeah.
I mean, they're more of a known brand. And I haven't had any issues. It has this one's the Xbox setup, so it's got ABX,
which I don't mind. Yeah.
Which is I mean, it's not bad because both of them, even the backbone that's got the PlayStation setup. I mean, the thumbsticks are still canted and
staggered,
like that. But it's really nice because it has a charging port, so I can actually plug it in still on the bottom.
Oh, sweet!
And charge it. But I downloaded a lot of things on there. I downloaded every Mega Man Battle Network game because that was the only Mega Man game that had a storyline to it.
Dude, this collection comes out in February.
Yeah. I'll probably pick it up, but I'm gonna play through them all like this. I'm about 6 hours or 7 hours deep into the first one, and I've beat the first three www net navies. I guess the best way to say evil people. And then I've been playing some of my bro games. I've been playing Smite quite a bit, and then I actually got back into Cycle because my best friend that just got back from deployment, I built him a PC, and we got him on we tried playing Tarkov, and he was like, "Man, this is just too annoying." So we hopped on the Cycle, and he's been really enjoying that. So we've been playing that together. Have I played? I was pledged to play Streets of Rogue. By Redbeard Rick. He got me. He got me this time since no one else has got me in months now. And I started playing it, and it's cool. Because it's like a top down, like 2D. Like I kind of consider it a dungeon crawl, but like it's really like off the wall. It's like if GTA or Saints Row had a top down dungeon crawler. So like you get random perks and stuff like that. And then I don't know what I'm doing right now. Apparently chicken nuggets are like the biggest currency in the game. They're like worth the most money because they're delicious.
Dino nuggies, baby.
And then I've just literally run around the whole thing killing people. and they'll like run away, like scared of you. Some of them will try to fight you. And then there are certain rooms that have like casino machine, like slot machines or like billiards tables, and you can like bet your money that you found on them. You can it's definitely going to be an interesting deep dive for it.
Sweet.
And it's on sale on Xbox right now. It's only $8.
Nice.
It was on Game Pass for like a month, and then they took it off.
Freaking jerks.
Don't know why they did that, but oh well. But I think that's all I've been playing. Nice. I downloaded Edges of Eternity as well because I wanted to play a JRPG, but I probably won't get to that.
I heard that game's insane.
It's only it wasn't even that big. It's only like 18 gigs too.
That's what she said. Oh, so you're saying I want to double back real fast because I've been waiting on someone to tell me if that Razer controller is good. So you give a ringing endorsement on that controller? Because if I buy one, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I've used it on the Xbox on my cloud gaming. That's how I actually would lay in bed and play Power Wash Simulator.
Nice.
It makes games like that a lot easier because like some games I know support the touch controls, and those are not great in most aspects of gaming.
Yeah.
But like there's no reason like that I should drop in and be able to play Halo Infinite multiplayer on my cell phone.
I've done that.
It's great. I mean, there's not a lot of services you're gonna be like, hey,
now for
here's
those
this AAA title.
Well, I want to say for those that don't want to spend that $90 for that Kishi Razer,
you don't have to.
You don't have to. You can actually get like for $15, you can get what's known as a phone holder where you can clip your phone into it and it clips to your controller, and then you can just Bluetooth your controller as well.
Yep.
That requires a lot of extra effort.
Yeah, I like the Razer Kishi because it's small and I can throw it in my purse.
Yep, because it literally like here. I'll show you.
Well, I know this. Sometimes Bluetooth in your controller, like you can get it to connect this time, but if you disconnect it, then getting it to connect next time, it's a pain in the butt.
Yep.
So I want to get one of those just for this quick.
Now, here's my other question, because we also did talk about the backbone for the new PlayStation one.
Yeah.
Does the PlayStation allow you to like play off your phone?
Oh yeah.
You can do second screening and stuff with it.
You can do streaming to it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's weird. So there's always been a remote play app to where you can remote play to your phone from your console. Like that's been something that's existed even before the PS5. Back on the PS4. It's never been wonderful.
The PS3 thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, you could remote play to your PSP, which is crazy how that worked better than the PS4 to your phone. But
Vita?
Yeah, Vita was weird too. But it was really interesting is that the Vita you could do streaming from PS Now to your Vita, and that was great. Like it's weird what has worked better. I will say this: streaming games to my iPad from xCloud is better. That's a much better service than the PlayStation Remote Play, at least in my experience has been. But it seems like it's that's something they're continuing to work on. They continue to push it out, and so I want to have one of those controllers to use, for that option, because I would love to just sit there and stream to my PS Vita, but I do have my phone with me everywhere I go, and it seems like I'm going to be doing a lot more traveling with my job. So.
Yeah, and then like I said, it breaks down this small, literally.
Yep, I like
it's about the size of if you put two Joy-Cons on the controller dock. So a lot of the times I leave it on my coffee table or I'll set it on my bedside table. I mean, and if I go anywhere, it literally just fits I'll just put it in center console.
Yeah,
got it.
I'll pick one up then because like I said, I found one for $25 the other day, and I didn't know if that was a good price for it or a good deal.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, so if you still buy it brand new, you can find it brand new around $80 to $90, but if you look around, people are selling them constantly anywhere from $20.
Good. Well, then I'll pick one up.
They just came out with the version 2, so maybe the version 1 has dropped in price.
Yeah.
Well, I'll definitely check it out then, since you guys say it's worth having, because that's good to know. Because I would have grabbed one. Now my son, he wants one, and he plays Call of Duty Mobile and he plays Apex Mobile, and he'll play them with the touchscreen controls. So like that's something that even if I don't use it, he'll use it. So. It is an option. I like having
you can buy the V1 on Amazon right now for $45.
Sweet. So, all right, guys. Well, what I'm going to do then, since we're talking about streaming and we're talking about these services, I'm going to jump forward in time and we're going to go straight to our community questions because Matt G, or Ender Phoenix, writes in and he wants to know, why is xCloud the superior streaming service?
So they're putting a lot more effort into xCloud than PlayStation's really put into PlayStation Plus. Don't get me wrong, they've extended their platform into the PC, which is fantastic for them. But you know, how do I pick up my phone and be like, hey, I'm going to play PlayStation Plus on my phone? I can't stream Spider-Man to my phone.
Right.
I can't stream it to my iPad. I can put it on my iPad, my phone, my PC. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if eventually I could put it on my Switch.
Yep. It's going to happen. Microsoft owns the server farms. So it's like, well, that's why it's better.
And it's seamless too, because if you're cloud gaming something like that, or even if you're playing it on your console, that's all that save data stays uploaded. And then you just pick up where you left off on somewhere else. So, you know, Darrell, I know you got 2 TVs in your bedroom, but like if you didn't have that second TV, you could be playing a game downstairs, and then you could pick up, and then your wife could watch trashy reality TV, and then you could literally just pick your phone up and put your controller on there, and you could continue playing what you were playing.
Dude, I sat in our recording studio back when my band was actually recording music, not sucking, and freaking I played like some kind of wolf game where it was like top down, like I was like a werewolf or something running and slashing people. I don't even remember what it was called, but it was something that popped up on, you know, the xCloud gaming that day. And I was like, screw it. Let's try this out. And I was able to seamlessly play it off of somebody else's Wi-Fi, like in the recording studio area while other things were happening. And I didn't have any expectation of it to actually be good. And it was great. Like it was seamless. And that is the difference, you know, between the two companies, where Microsoft, not only do they own the server farms, okay, but they freaking built these servers off of the consoles, you know? So like their streaming technology, Azure and all that stuff is just better. It's much better quality. So, and their only competition just went out of business, Stadia.
You don't even, and the good thing is you don't even have to have like a super fast internet speed. I was playing at my in-laws' house in California, and they live in the middle of the desert, and their internet speed is abysmal at best. And I was still playing on like, you know, like 10 megabytes down and like 4 up. I was still playing on streaming from a laptop on Wi-Fi.
It's good.
Yeah. Also, you gotta also remember that Xbox has been working really hard on this. When I first started using the streaming service, it was really bad. Like I was having a lot of lag problems, but they really fixed a lot of stuff. I would love to see PlayStation do that same thing, because I would love to pay for their service and be like, oh, let me play on my phone. Let me play on my my Steam
They ain't
Deck.
got enough money for that.
Yeah, they don't have
they ain't got
money.
enough. Yeah, they don't have that kind of. Well, so I'm
why
gonna take it
not?
back. I'm gonna take it back to 2019 though,
because Microsoft is one of the wealthiest companies in the world.
Yeah, but so is Sony. You guys always compare.
Yeah,
saying
but Bill Gates is way richer than anybody at Sony. Period.
Bill Gates doesn't work at Microsoft anymore. Didn't he retire?
Oh, he did, because he's about to be ousted off Epstein's Island. No,
but
Microsoft's, the amount of money that Sony makes in gaming is a drop in the bucket to Microsoft as a whole. Now, granted, Xbox is a drop in the bucket compared to Microsoft as a whole, but Azure and those servers are not exclusive to Xbox, which is why they can tap into that in such a way that makes them so much more competitive. You know, like if Xbox and PlayStation said, we're going to go head to head in the streaming service, well, then they're going to look to their parent companies, and Microsoft is hand over fist 10 times bigger than Sony as a whole.
But
you know?
But Sony has so many things, including the movie division. Microsoft doesn't have a movie division.
They don't have money. They got Windows.
Yeah, they don't need anything because they have Windows.
I mean, anything.
I understand that. I understand that.
Sony's approximately worth $80.49 billion right now, and
Microsoft just spent almost their entire worth on one transaction.
Microsoft's worth one since they're $1.7 trillion.
Yeah, they're not even close.
No,
the fact that they can trade blows in an industry at all shows how much of a fighter Sony is, and Nintendo for that matter. Because in all reality, if all of Microsoft got behind Xbox and said this is the way, they would gobble up their competitors. They just let them trade blows. Like, yeah, when you said their worth is $80 billion, Microsoft just spent $69 billion on Activision King Blizzard. They spent almost the entire worth of their competitor on one transaction, and it meant nothing to them. Because I want to say their quarterly earnings that same time was more than what they spent. They had more money that they could still go with that quarter. So
I know, but still, $90 billion is a lot of money. Like if they really wanted
but that's
to, they could.
literally higher than the cost of Sony. If they wanted to, they could probably buy Sony.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm sure
they literally said here's $500 million, they'd buy Sony.
Yeah. And then the thing is with the cloud streaming technology, that stuff isn't, like I said, it's not exclusive to Xbox. That's stuff that Windows is using for all their other systems. So Xbox, it's almost like they're privy to this leg up in this industry because this is something that's going to power Microsoft Industries tech across the board where they're really making money. And it's like, oh yeah, sure. Here, little Xbox guy, you can have access to this too, because we're going to power Microsoft Office and we're going to power OneDrive, and we're going to power freaking everything else that we own off of the server farm. And then, oh yeah, this little tiny section here, Xbox can use that too. They're just not, the fact that I look at it like this as a Sony pony and someone who's been using Sony streaming tech and remote play since the beginning. It's fascinating that it works. Yeah. I don't expect it to ever be great.
So like I said, my biggest thing is I don't think Sony will. They can't afford to make it as great as Xbox, and Xbox has poured a lot into it. Like I said, back in 2019, Phil Spencer, when he was first announcing that this was going to become a prominent thing in their division, said, "I don't want gaming to be available to only the people that can afford a console. I want it to be available to everyone."
Yep.
And he's kept that promise. He's made it available to whoever, wherever, whenever.
Yep.
You can stream it on a shitty laptop. Your graphics card doesn't matter.
And that's the one thing I do like about Xbox over Microsoft. And I know we're always fighting like, putting these games on these systems are going to hurt the industry, and Microsoft doesn't matter. But Microsoft is becoming a consumer focused company. They're putting the consumer first, and they realize that the consumer can't always afford these games. And, sometimes we think about ourselves in these bubbles. Well, I can go afford these games. Well, yeah, you can. But what about the single mother who has kids that come home being at school with their friends who have that Xbox that they just want to play games with their friends? Yep. And Xbox is allowing that to happen, which I like.
Well, I said that on this past month's Super Loot Bros episode that them being consumer friendly, the only way they're going to meet their goal, their vision with Game Pass is they have to, right? And so you can't, there's not enough. So Sean Layden said that in order for Game Pass as a model to be sustainable, you would need 500 million subscribers, right? So let's say even 250. Okay. All the Xboxes, all the Nintendo Switches, all the PS4 sold would only get you to half of that number to sustain the model going forward to where it can be profitable. Okay. Xbox has never once said that Game Pass is profitable. They just say that people who use Game Pass also buy more games. They always use weird verbiage because it can't be profitable. You can't put your whole first party on there, paying hundreds of millions of dollars to make games, paying hundreds of millions of dollars to have other games on there, day and date, all that stuff. You have to account for those sales lost. and then to go out and spend all the billions and billions of dollars they've gotten on all these studios. Like, they're preparing for the long game. And in order to do that, you got to think past Xbox. You got to think past PlayStation. You got to get on TVs. You got to get on mobile. You got to get on Steam. Like, the only way to hit 250 million subscribers is to literally be anywhere and everywhere. So it does come off as very consumer friendly, but getting down to brass tacks, if they don't do it, then Game Pass fails. And then they will eventually, Microsoft will say, all right, well, we're not going to continue to invest. So it's a very smart business move that also does make it to where the guy who works part-time while he's in school can play the latest games. You know, the single mom, like you said, with her kids can afford to play games. So I do agree. And Tricky and I were talking. It's like, man, between these two services, because Xbox is playing hardball, Sony had to jump in the ring and do their version too. And right now, guys, we don't have to buy games, which is the scary part. We could stop right now, and we would never. There's almost 800 games on PlayStation Plus Premium. Between the 3 tiers, and then Game Pass is ranging about 150 now. I think last time we counted everything, because you got the 100, 110 they promised plus the EA Play or whatever. So 150 roughly. Zach, you're looking that up. It looks like.
Yeah, I'm looking it up for you.
So
there are currently, as of September 12th, 477 titles available for Xbox Game Pass on console.
There you go. So
411 for PC.
So let's say that's 1,200 total games between the two services, available at your fingertips at any time. Guys, we can't play all that.
Nope.
The backlog beatdown proves the best of us knock out 100 games in a year.
In a year.
So realistically, if we all decided at the same time collectively, I'm not buying any more games, I'm just going to use what's at my fingertips with the subscription services. A, we'd never make it through them. And B, we'd save boatloads of money. So, it is. What now?
Essentially, you'd crash the industry, though.
Yeah.
The industry can't sustain itself off of Game Pass and PlayStation now.
Okay. So hear me out. All right. So if I'm paying $15 a month, so I'm essentially buying a brand new game three times a year if we kept with the $60 model.
Mm-hmm.
But now I have all this extra money since I'm not buying games that I can spend it on stuff in games. I can spend it if I really enjoy the game, or like they said, I could also use my Game Pass subscription and I could still buy a game if I wanted to. But now since I have that Game Pass subscription, I'm getting a discount on X games that are a year or two old that I may have wanted to play then, but they don't have it on Game Pass. See, and they're being smart in that sense too. Or if I play a game that I really enjoy, I can get it for a discount with Game Pass. Most of every game on Game Pass, if you click on it, it says install now with Game Pass, or it says buy now for this price. And it's usually discounted heavily.
Yeah, usually with 10 or 15% off.
Yeah, at least 10 to 15. And a lot of them are even 50% off. So I'm sorry, go ahead, Kalai.
I was going to say, and with PlayStation, what they need to do is they need to bring back that Vita. I love the Vita. I really do. I want a Vita too. Could you imagine, take those games that we can play on their service, and how many people would be like, I really like this game, but I want to be able to play this on the go and buy it for that Vita. That would push the Vita even more. And that's what's happening, at least with me. I'm like, I like this game. I really want to be able to play this game when I'm on the couch. I want to be able to play this game when I'm on when I'm out of my house. So I will buy it for a different system on top of buying it or playing it on Game Pass.
Or just think about, like, with Microsoft announcing that they're working with Logitech on their controller, and they're making sure xCloud and Game Pass is available day one on their little tablet or whatever, their handheld. Think about that. Like, if you say, hey, PlayStation Plus Premium, Vita 2 can give you access to the PlayStation Plus collection. Like, like, it was almost like, I'm scared, guys, that it's like we got it too soon, that the Vita came too soon. Because if they don't do it again, then, I mean, like, the Steam Deck and the Switch prove that this is a viable business model. Switch is going to outsell freaking PS4. It's crazy.
I think it already did.
No, I'm calling it right now, though. So I guarantee you that there's another handheld console. It might not be called the Vita in the works for Sony right now. that we haven't seen yet. And Microsoft, I guarantee you right now, they're working on implementing a TV app on Amazon Roku, and any type of smart TV program. They're working on that, and they're probably working on a dongle so you can Bluetooth an Xbox.
Oh, they're both the dongle's done, and so is the TV app. They just haven't released it yet. They're both done. They already said they were done.
Yeah, they were already saying they were doing that. That you were going to be able to play games without having an Xbox.
Because it's just because you can play Luna on a Fire Stick right now.
Yep.
And with Amazon Prime too. So all right, so you think about this: how many people in the world have Amazon Prime? With their Luna service, they give you free games every month to play. Anyways, they think they give you like 6 to 8 games you can play with Luna every month for free, and it rotates every.
Dude, it's crazy. But you know what though? There's always going to be dumb people like me who have all those things and still buy their games. I'm like, that's right. I mean, big brain over here, because when the internet goes down, I can still play.
Not saying the $100 has already been dropped on Modern Warfare 2, but
Callisto Protocol, put it in my veins. Let's go.
I was like, that game comes out shortly, and then they announced that they're releasing a week early. So pretty excited about that.
So as of May 13th, 2022, Switch surpasses PS4's lifetime sales in the United States.
There you go. See,
got him. You know what we did skip though, Darrell?
What's that?
We skipped our leaderboards.
Yeah, we're going back to it because we were talking about streaming services, and I had a series of questions from the community. So we'll jump into that in just a minute. But Matt also asked.
Wait, hold on though. Well, so if all the streaming services fail, though, this is the problem. All those games will go away, and they'll be gone forever because every company that owns all the streaming services own all the games. So if Microsoft Game Pass fails, you're going to lose 70% of the gaming industry. It's going to be gone, up in smoke.
You can just buy the game.
Microsoft.
No, you don't understand. They won't be able to make any more games, Kalai, because they own all those studios now. So if they start closing down studios because they're not successful or the games don't make money, there's no one to make those games anymore because you can't. They own the license to all.
You just
here come the indie developers.
That's when Tencent comes out and buys Microsoft.
He just took two different concepts and mashed them together and tried to make a point.
No.
It's the same thing.
No, he's saying if Game Pass fails and Microsoft pulls out, everything they've gobbled up no longer has a daddy. So then you either fire sell everything, or the joke I made was the communist Tencent comes in and buys them.
Game Pass and the third-party studios that they're buying are two different factions.
Right, but
if the
first party would go away.
But if Game Pass fails, it doesn't mean their first party goes away. It just means that they're selling physical copies, or you have to buy the game.
I don't know. They'll go back. I don't know. I think this is
they bought them for Game Pass.
Yeah,
they didn't buy anything just to buy it. They bought it all for Game Pass.
Yeah, they bought Call of Duty to put Call of Duty on Game Pass. There's no other reason you spend $70 billion. So I'm calling it right now. Whenever this sale's finally done, because everybody's arguing, when they're done arguing and it legally goes through, which it will, every single previous Call of Duty title is going to be on Game Pass. The normie average gamer is going Xbox. There's just no reason why you wouldn't. I am on Facebook Marketplace a dozen times a day looking at game collections. I'm constantly buying people's stuff, flipping it, selling stuff, keeping the things that I want to keep for my collection, what have you. And I've said this before on the show, almost every time there's a Call of Duty, a Madden, an NBA game in the stack. I mean, sometimes it's all just Call of Duty. So what's going to happen is whenever this inevitably goes through, they're going to be like, yeah, we got to honor our deal and sell the newest Call of Duty on the platforms with our partners. But every previous Call of Duty, Warzone, all that stuff is going to be available on Game Pass.
Yep.
And you know what people are going to do? They're like, I'm going to get Game Pass because I can play Modern Warfare. Oh, then I can jump into Black Ops. Oh, then I can jump into Advanced Warfare. Oh, then I can jump into Vanguard. And it's like at any given time, me and my boys can jump in. We can get the crew together and we can make racial slurs in Call of Duty. And
then also what happens is, oh my God.
And F each other's moms. Sorry.
And then also what happens is now that they are finalizing this deal, what happens when Microsoft's just like, yeah, I'm going to open servers back up to these games because people want them.
I would.
So what happens when it's like, you can play classic MW2 right here online with other people, and people are going to run at that nostalgia. Period.
Oh, they don't have to make any more games because they just have the best game on there. So then they'll just be like, oh, we're not going to make all these games that we bought. Fuck those. We're just going to put all our money into Call of Duty servers. And then that's what I was afraid of.
They're going to do it. I'm calling it because they're already saying they're going to take a year off for the first time since like 2003. They're going to take a year off from Call of Duty. I'm telling you right now, when this is all said and done, Xbox is going to take a year off on Call of Duty. They'll probably pump their resources in, make a bigger, better Call of Duty, and they're going to rely on the fact that all the other ones are in Game Pass. Yep. Which I would though. I mean, like, hot dog, you spend $70 billion, $68 billion, like you better get your money's worth out of it. And I would open up the servers on every one of them. I would be the marketing campaign I would have for Call of Duty alone. And then you got to think about Diablo, Overwatch, finding a way to get World of Warcraft in the Game Pass. Dude, I would say, oh, you no longer need your $15 a month or whatever it is World of Warcraft subscription. All you need is Game Pass, and you have it.
They won't put World of Warcraft. That's stupid. They will not put World of Warcraft on their.
They're already pulling a Riot. Like Riot and Xbox made a deal. So now, just for being a Game Pass subscriber, I'm getting all the agents for Valorant. I'm getting all the legends for League of Legends. I'm getting everyone for Wild Rift. I'm getting special benefits for Legends, Runeterra, which is their like Hearthstone copy, and for Teamfight Tactics. Like,
but World of Warcraft is $15 a month for your service. Plus, you buy all those expansions, and people pay that kind of money. There's no way they're going to be putting it on Game Pass. They're not going to.
If they will 110%.
Yeah, imagine though they bought it. They put it on Game Pass for $5. So instead of paying $15, you pay $5 to play on Game Pass. And if you have PC, then you still got to pay $15. Everybody would jump off PC and go right to Game Pass.
Here's the thing.
It's like, oh,
this is a good conversation. Here's my thing: is like, why would you put your first party on Game Pass? Why would you put Halo on Game Pass and not World of Warcraft?
Because Halo, I like Halo. I really do. But Halo is getting stale.
That's because their studios.
It's because they gave it to 343.
Yes,
and the remaining Bungie members that still work there weren't the right ones.
True.
But I agree with you. Kalai. And you know what? At one point in time, Halo was the biggest selling piece of entertainment in the world. Halo 2 outsold everything that had ever been released before it. At one point in time, Halo was the king. Master Chief was the king. The Halo Gears Forza combo was a 3-piece that puts you on your back. That was just the cream of the crop. That was the top of the mountain. And studio mismanagement has snuffed that a little bit. But like, at one point in time, you had the biggest, baddest dude on the planet in your portfolio, and you rolled that into Game Pass. That was before they effed it up with Infinite. That was while they were effing it up with Master Chief Collection, which I think they actually made that announcement before Master Chief Collection came out. So really, we didn't have any real sense or belief that they were going to botch as many Halo games in a row, 3 in a row like they did. But like, if they'll put Halo in there, they'll put Forza in there. Forza is a known quantity. Forza is going to sell millions of units, period. Right? To me, you don't spend $70 billion to start holding back. You spend $70 billion because you're going for the jugular of your competitors, and you're going for that industry. And again, Sean Layden said you can't sustain it off of 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 million. That's not enough. Games cost hundreds of millions of dollars to make. So if you're going to put a game in Game Pass every month, and your big boys every quarter, you got to have hundreds of millions. And World of Warcraft, roll that in Game Pass. Boom.
Well, and Diablo 4 has already gotten an announcement and everything like that. And since they just bought them before the release, guarantee you day one on Game Pass, I can guarantee you they're going to get at least 100 million people to hop.
Oh, dude! I mean, it's a power move. It's perfect. It's really, really brilliant. If you and they've never said it what they got to have to be sustainable, because right now it seems unrealistic. But then when you make the biggest purchase in the video game industry history, like, you're not doing it because you want to keep the status quo. You're going to sell them on your other trophy, by the way. You're going to sell them on the other platforms. You're going to roll them jokers in. You're going to say the best place to play, most affordable place to play. Oh, trophy again is Game Pass, and they're going to freaking blow subscriptions through the. I mean, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be amazing for Game Pass subscribers. So. All right. Matt had also wrote in and asked how long before Sony streaming service goes the way of Stadia. I don't know that it will. It's kind of baked in.
I mean, now didn't die. So what does that tell you?
So, all right. So
that's right. That's right.
I'm going to give them a 5-year lifespan from now, just for the simple fact
they already had 5 years.
Yeah, but I'm going to give them 5 more from now, just for the simple fact of how much Xbox is expanding, and with the purchases they've been making. No one's going to pay the $18 a month for PlayStation Plus Premium. They're going to jump to Game Pass because they can play it.
I say it's baked into the service. It's not going away. We've had it now since 2013 when they bought Gaikai. It's not great, but you're not buying PlayStation Plus Premium for the streaming. Like, it is an option, but like that's not why you're there. And so I don't see anybody. I don't even see them marketing it as the way to play. I just think it's an option, and that is their fix for PS3 games until they come up with some sort of emulation. Which word on the street is they've got an emulator now working, so they can emulate their own games. Now apparently that cell processor is the gift that keeps on giving. But you got to think every time one of these competitors comes out with their next thing, right? So when PlayStation Plus went out in 2011, PlayStation came out with the Instant Game Collection, 18 free games for being a PlayStation Plus subscriber as a, hey, we're sorry that our network went down and your data got exposed. Okay. From there, PlayStation Plus rolled in free games every month. In 2012, they started cycling them in and out. Some cycled in every month, some cycled in every quarter. I mean, but there was 18 games to download for free forever. And then from there, the free game model became a thing. So PlayStation's actual online service was free, and then you can use the extra bells and whistles and get the games for a subscription, actual subscription price. Xbox at the time was charging for online and multiplayer and all that stuff. So then what did Xbox have to do? Because the tide started turning heavily towards PlayStation Plus being the more consumer-friendly, better service. So then Xbox started doing games with gold. Well, then Xbox games with gold kind of interfered with Game Pass. So then games with gold kind of tanked a little bit because Game Pass is kind of their premiere. But then what did PlayStation do? As games with gold and Game Pass merged and became what it is today, PlayStation's like, well, I guess we'll have to take our PlayStation Now and roll it in and make it a thing. Now, both of them offer streaming. Both of them offer free monthly games. Both of them offer their subscription package. So now the battle is not so much in features as much as it is in quality. Like, what are you going to put inside the package? And so we'll see. I think that's why we're seeing all these purchases. And I think both teams are not done buying. I think both teams are. I'm waiting on PlayStation to announce they bought Square. I think by the end of their next physical year, they're going to announce they bought Square. I'm calling it.
I don't know if they have enough money to buy Square. So
they do.
They do. It's not that expensive.
It's really not. And Square sold off all their Western studios to clean up some debt. They're dumping. I mean, they're getting ready to drop, dude. The amount of games they're getting ready to drop in the next 6 months is ridiculous. It very much looks like everything in the pipe, they're just blowing out. Get it all out, get it all on the market, and let's go.
Did you see they sold everything off and then they bought back Crystal Dynamics?
No.
Or not Crystal Dynamics. They bought back Tomb Raider.
I thought Crystal bought Tomb Raider.
I'm sorry. I mean, Crystal brought Tomb Raider back. That's right.
Yeah,
they bought just the license for Tomb Raider so they can make more games.
And they got Crystal Dynamics also bought what's that other game that I love so much? Legacy of Kain.
Nice. At least they got them away from Square. Wasn't doing anything with them.
No. Embracer Group needs to be pumping those games out. Those should be the top of the remaster remake list now.
Embracer's just killing it right now. You want this game remade? No problem. You want this game remade? No problem.
Hey, we'll put it out. You buy the remaster remake, and then we'll put a sequel out. We'll do that for you. So, I love it. They're quickly becoming my favorite publisher just because they buy the back catalog of everything I've ever loved. So pretty interesting.
They're just willing to take gambles, or I feel like no one else is willing to take gambles right now.
Kalai, Joe, you guys have an opinion on the Sony streaming arm?
I mean, my opinion is I think they need to improve it. I like the fact that it's wrapped into Xbox's service. I would like it to be wrapped into a little bit better into their service. It would make me want that their streaming service, their monthly thing even more.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Outside of just the quality being better, I mean, it's almost a 1-to-1. They both offer almost the exact same thing. I would argue that PlayStation offers, several hundred more games, but it doesn't matter if the way you play them is streaming and it's not great. You can stream them to your console hardwired, and there's no latency. I do that all the time. But outside of that, you definitely ain't playing them on your phone. I stream them to my PC from downstairs to upstairs, and the latency is just bad. So, but it's not my favorite. But then again, I don't know if it's me or if it's just streaming in general, but I feel like there's just latency. Even if there's probably not noticeable enough, it feels like it's there. So therefore, I don't stream anything, unless I'm just playing around and testing it.
I don't know. I feel like Xbox fans will never be happy with Sony because they're not going to do what Xbox is doing. They already said they're not going to do it. They're not going to. Not putting games on their day and date.
Nope.
And they don't have to because their audience has already been conditioned to buy shit from them.
Yep.
And they're not gonna not do that just because there's Game Pass. Like they've already proven that their model is successful and they can still sell first party games in the millions without having to have a streaming service. The streaming service is just on top of that. Like they're not going to change the way they do things because they make money hand over fist. And because they can't afford to, because you don't have Windows.
They don't have that.
And Microsoft didn't have Windows. Yeah, Microsoft didn't have Windows. Wouldn't even be having this conversation. It's the only reason that they're so powerful. They can afford to buy everything. It's like if you can afford to buy everything, you really don't have to play nice in Sandbox, do you?
No.
I mean, Sony really can't afford to play nice in the Sandbox because they don't have the extra money to do so. Like they can't just go out and buy people. Like them buying Bungie, why I think was a good acquisition, was kind of a stupid acquisition. I would have bought more publishers that can make more games for you than just one fucking game. It's like, I don't get it. Like, why would you buy? Like, I get it. You want Destiny, but you said you're still going to put Destiny on everything. So what's the point of that purchase?
Yeah, there's either something behind the scenes they've built that no one knows about yet, and that's why they did it.
Well, they want their first person shooting team to make games for them. But I get it, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's just weird. Gaming's just weird now. And I just don't like where it's headed. I don't like that all these companies are being gobbled up by bigger companies. I don't like that Tencent and North Korea is buying all these other companies, and now friggin' SNK is owned by Korea. Friggin' ridiculous.
Yeah, they're owned by the Saudis. They're owned by the
Saudis or whatever. Yeah, Saudis have, and the Saudis own 5% of Nintendo apparently.
And Capcom.
It's crazy. It's like, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And it's funny because if we don't watch out, Saudis just won't buy everything. Because they're slowly backdoor doing it.
They're doing it. Yep. And then that's how they did.
That's how they did SNK. They bought small little chunks here and there until they became the majority shareholder.
Yep. And then Tencent's over there buying Ubisoft. They own what, 5 or 10% of Ubi, and then they just bought 49% of the Guillemot family estate. So they own a majority of the majority shareholders' estate, or something like that. Maybe that was 51%. It's something crazy. But like, yeah, dude, these communist companies are buying into everything. So for me, I'm all like, hey, I don't really love this whole idea of everybody being bought by everybody, because at the end of the day, things are going to start looking a lot similar. And then when the risks get up there, people are going to stop taking the risks. So you're going to get more of the same. And then it's like, oh, but wait, all these communists are out buying everything. So I'm over here thinking, well, dang, Sony, Microsoft, buy it so Tencent can't. Buy it so the Saudis can't. Because then you're really going to start seeing some freaking crap you don't want to see when all government, or excuse me, communist controlled, censored, whatever. Trash. So, yeah. All right. Next question we have, also from Ender, because he dropped us 4 big fat ones. He goes, well, how much is the franchise Jimmy Ryan paying Darrell to promote PS5 Plus over Game Pass? Well, unfortunately, I haven't got my check yet. But if you do be so kind to subscribe for to that PS Plus Premium. Now I just talk about it because it's a good service and I use it a lot, and the stuff that I play is on it. So if the stuff, it's like the thing is, I've told you guys for years I've had Game Pass, but the games I want to play aren't on there. And then the few times I've tried to play something that I didn't necessarily own, it didn't work. My experience wasn't great. I just said good things about their streaming service though, because that works great. So it just if what I'm interested in is there, I'll tell you guys about it. And but at the end of the day, I'm gonna buy my games anyways because I don't trust none of these mofos, none of these corporate suits having access to turn me on or off my games.
I think it's just interesting. It's interesting the way Nintendo's doing it too. And we didn't really talk about them because they're so far behind in what they do. But it's interesting the way they're doing things. They're like, oh, well, we're going to charge you, what was it, $50 a year or whatever. But now you're getting Mario Kart DLC, and now you're getting free DLC for all these other games. And I think that's a smarter way of doing it. Why not just give all your DLC away for free instead of giving games away for free? Why don't you make people pay for the games and give the DLC for free?
Man, it's something. I've had the Nintendo streaming service since they launched it. Never played a freaking game on it.
Would you get the upgraded one now that gives you the more Mario Kart tracks and stuff?
I don't even own Mario Kart. I don't even like Mario Kart.
I don't own Mario Kart either because I was mad that you couldn't re-unlock everything in the game. Everything was just unlocked for you. I thought that was kind of stupid.
Yeah, I don't play it. I just started using my Switch to play Resident Evil 6. So, but yeah, I've been paying that $20 a year since it came out. I don't know that I know how to turn it off. Actually, God only knows how to even log into my Nintendo account.
That's insane that you're playing Resident Evil 6 on a Switch.
Yep. What's insane is that
they actually just put them on sale. All of them that are on Switch on sale.
Yep. What's really insane is that I own a PS5, 4 PS4s, and I'm over here playing PS3 and Vita predominantly.
That's fair.
There's something about the PS3 that it just when I play a PS3, I love it. I freaking love it. I think that time and place that I was in when I switched over from Xbox 360 to PlayStation 3 as my primary console, it's going to be that nostalgia for me the same way the PSP is. I just love it. I freaking love it. It's not the best console, but man, it is just I just freaking love it. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite places to play. I'm over here playing my PS3 right now, and I'm using my control. I don't even like this controller near as much as I like the other two. Trophy. But I just freaking love playing the PS3. I love buying PS3 games. I bought Need for Speed Shift yesterday, not because I needed it, just because I got a deal. It was a PS3 game I didn't have.
You can still buy PS3 games?
Dude, I buy PS3 games almost every weekend.
I thought you meant you bought it on the console. Can you still buy stuff on the console? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, you can still buy stuff. And same thing with the Vita. You just have to have money on your wallet already. Yeah. You can't go in there and add money or buy it straight with your credit card. They've locked it to where you can't. Apparently, because people kept jailbreaking the consoles and breaking onto the PSN through them, they've locked it to where you can't have actual monetary transactions with your credit card through the network anymore.
That's kind of sad and stupid.
I mean, it's old. It's old tech, and it was obviously vulnerable. So they still allow you to buy it. You just have to go on the website and reload your money. For me, I always keep money in there though. So you can just do it through the website. Yeah. But I have money on there for my kids, So I have allowances set for them, so they can't spend but so much money and all that. So for me, there's probably I think there's $83 on my account right now, and so I just always keep money on it, and I never have any issue. But then again, also the prices of everything are high because they don't do sales anymore. So I don't buy on the network anyways. So I pretty much everything I do is physical for the PS3 and Vita now. There are a couple of Vita games I'm thinking about cracking down and buying, just because the physical copies have gotten so absurdly expensive, and I want to play a couple different games. So I don't know. We'll see. All right. Last question Ender wrote in is how much is Todd Howard paying Kalai to promote Skyrim Anniversary Edition?
Good amount of money. Everybody buys Skyrim.
I think he sends her those Skyrim nudes. I think he sends Todd Howard sends her his Elder Scrolls, if you know what I'm saying.
That almost flopped.
Whoa! Let's see what you did there.
It's nude rim. It's nude rim or rim job.
It's nude.
I just want to inform you that I'm currently drinking a double IPA and it's fantastic. I'm going straight to my hat.
There you go.
Oh, nice achievement.
Yep.
Congratulations.
All right, guys. So we've been talking about some fun stuff. We got about 30 minutes left together. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump straight into this week's official topic. I'll add the backlog beatdown and everything later. And if I don't, my bad. Sometimes I forget stuff. All right, guys. This week's official topic. We're going to go around the table. This actually is not an original idea to me. I heard this in passing. Someone had made a comment on a podcast about a segment like this. So it's kind of weird inception, like a podcast referring to a podcast. And then I stole the idea from my podcast. But I was like, oh, dang, I love that idea. Because, there's that game F, Marry, Kill or whatever.
Yeah.
We were playing Cards Against Humanity the other night. But we were playing the Disney Princess Edition, which is...
I was going to very much ask this as the man who cannot say the F word. Is playing.
We abbreviate. When we play Cards Against Humanity, we abbreviate the bad words. Yep. We're real adults. That's cool.
Budge.
Yes. And so, but anyways, so we were playing the Disney version of cards, which is even more raunchy and vulgar than the regular version. I didn't think that was possible. Right. Good Lord. It's disgusting. And so, there's a thing on there, for F, Marry, Kill. And then I heard a podcast talking about, instead of doing that, they do, keep, delete, reboot. I was like, oh, dude, that's a really cool idea. So what I decided to do was, I didn't think I was going to be able to make it on this episode, given we've had so many weird family things going on this week. So what I wanted to do is I pulled some of the top franchises from the three major platforms. So keep, delete, reboot. All right. Mario, The Last of Us, and Halo. Kalai, starting with you.
So it's keep.
Yeah, keep one, you got to delete one, and you got to completely reboot one.
Reboot Halo.
Okay. That's easy.
Mario. And delete The Last of Us.
Facts.
Dang. All right. How would you reboot Halo?
I don't know. I'd probably just give it to a new studio. Start from like the beginning. Again.
I'm going to pay Bungie a lot of money to take it back.
Bungie doesn't want to do it though. That's the problem.
Here's the new deal. Phil Spencer and Jimmy Ryan hanging out, sipping, having a cold one day, and it's like, all right, here's what we're doing. We're gonna put Halo on PlayStation, and then the fine print, so that Bungie will actually fix our game.
Yeah, no, Bungie doesn't want to do it anymore. That's the problem. Bungie came out and said they don't want to do it anymore. They wanted to do their other game, Destiny.
Yep. Good for them too. Good on you. So, all right. Any particular reason why you would delete The Last of Us?
Because Mario is absolutely classic and you don't need to fucking touch it. Halo is fucking classic and should just be rebooted. And like The Last of Us, you play it once and you're done. Maybe you'll play it a second time. Like, it doesn't have the replay value that Mario has or that Halo has. Whew.
Okay. I'll allow it. All right. Joe, what about you? Keep, delete, reboot.
What were the choices again?
You have Mario, The Last of Us, and Halo.
I mean, I guess I reboot Halo, like completely reboot it. Like I make the story like way better, way more dynamic. No more jumpy mechanics. I ground that shit. Make it more a cover shooter. Take away like the floppiness of the controls. The next two are really hard because I don't know. Like it's like I guess you got to kill The Last of Us because you got to just keep doing Mario. Mario's Mario. I mean,
I saw that coming go.
You really need to fucking like there's nothing you can really do to make Mario better except just give us more of it. Like I actually have to download Super Mario Maker 2 so I can play Mario 5. Because some guy spent like 7 years making Mario 5 in Super Mario Maker 2. And apparently it's like absolutely amazing. So I want to check it out. Probably going to do that tonight. Did you do that yet, Kalai?
No.
I'll drop the code in the Loot Bros today. I'll drop the Mario Maker 2 code. So everybody can delete it. So, wow.
I'll delete it. That'd be one to delete.
And then like deleting or killing The Last of Us. I feel like it's a zombie game. We got tons of them. Is The Last of Us a great game? Is it like a masterpiece? The first one, yeah. I haven't played the second one, so I can't really talk much about it. I want to play the second one. It's on my list of things to do. My very long list of things to do. But
do in life.
I just do in general.
It's just one day.
He's still got all them pledge games.
I do have all them pledge games.
Yeah,
I have 3 pledge games left. Hashtag whoever wants to help me beat Bloodborne. You know, Bloodborne
please,
up.
God, Tanner, please, Tanner. SOS.
Fucking, I'm gonna SOS Tanner, the person who fucking challenged me, the one who challenged me to beat it. I'm like, I need you to help me beat it.
Bro, so what if you joined your world and killed you?
Paying $25 to fucking beat the game for me.
What if Tanner joins your world and just kills you over and over and over again?
I thought you couldn't do that. I thought Bloodborne wasn't the one where you do that. That's
no, yeah. When you bring in a friend, you're vulnerable to be invaded.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because whenever I was playing it with my son, someone came in and killed all of us, little douchebags.
That's fucked up.
How hilarious would it be if Tanner was like, "Yeah, dude, I'll totally come in your world," and he just kills you over.
He just like One Punch Man's me every time with this One Punch Man character.
He's like, I paid money for this just to hurt you over and over.
Punching your dick repeatedly as you're trying to kill this boss. Yeah, I'm just like struggling. I'm on the struggle bus in that game. I'm about I would say I'm about 40% of the way done with the game, and it's a fun game. But the mechanics just frustrate me, just to no end. It's because like some bosses are just cheap as fuck, and other ones are just like really easy to kill. So it's like there's no rhyme and reason. Like I didn't struggle with Father Gascoigne at all, but yet this stupid fox thing in the cathedral is kicking my ass. Or outside the cathedral, it's like this giant nighttime fox. It's like destroying me,
dude. And I beat Father Gascoigne on my second try. All right.
So did I.
The dude with the friggin' helmet on his head, the little cage on his head towards the end of the game, he killed me 100 times. Like it was so effing hard. And then I realized you just have to rush him. Like I was trying to be too quick with it, too cute with it, and just rush that fool. I
just think the games are really friggin' good. But other than that, like Tales of Arise is really, really amazing. I just want to play that like without having a distraction of playing anything else right now. And I really got hooked into Fallout 4, and I'm trying to finish that up as fast as possible to get back to some pledge games. But I still need to do my deep dives for Need for Speed. I was hoping Darrell would finish it, so he'd do it with me. But that game's
I can play.
That game's ass though. You can probably do it without you can probably just do it as much as you play now. You can probably just talk about how bad it is. And then Grand Theft Auto 5 I have to do too. I have to do a deep dive on that, which I think most of us could do because I think most of us have at least played it. I don't know if all of us have beat it. Claude, you beat Grand Theft Auto 5?
I would have to play Grand Theft Auto 5.
You never played Grand Theft Auto 5?
No, and thank you for pointing that out because now somebody's going to go ahead and put it on the
I know. Yeah, that's right. Community, lean in on that one. How has Kalai not played GTA 5?
I think someone needs to pledge for Kalai to play it.
Like,
for Kalai's newfound wrestling affinity, I think someone should pledge for her to play WWE 2K. Play 2K20, the broken ass mess.
I absolutely do not get the whole GTA things. Like, I tried it once and I was like, why would you have sex with a hooker? And I guess it's because I'm a girl, and it turned me off.
Because you can beat her and then take her money back.
There's literally so much more to the game than banging the hookers, which you have to really go out of your way to do.
Yeah, you do. In this one, you really do. Like, you have to get a car and go find one and then pull the car over. It's like a 5-step process, you know?
Yeah, that is like so down the line when it comes to things to do in GTA.
That's not even like the worst you can do now. Now you can actually go to a strip club and watch girls like strip in front of you, which is absolutely insane that you can do that in GTA 5.
Yep.
I mean, it's like Yakuza. Yakuza, you can go to rub and tug.
Why is Yakuza downloading on my console all of a sudden? What's going on here?
What? Yakuza? All right. Like a dragon now because they dropped the Yakuza name, which I'm a little angry about. All
right, Zach, keep, delete, reboot. What are you doing?
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change it up a little bit because when Kalai said that Mario was amazing and didn't need a reboot, she was wrong because Odyssey was absolute trash.
Whoa!
Whoa!
I second that.
Whoa.
Boom! Pound it out, brother. Boom!
Whoa.
Boom! The game sucked.
The Driftcast just had a heart attack.
I'm looking around. Is that game trash?
Odyssey was so boring.
Boring. Yes,
it was so. It was so boring. It had boring. It had no substance to it at all.
Right. Get your hats out of here.
And that annoying hat mechanic was literally pointless. They were like,
"How about New York City in that freaking game?
Mario, stop eating things. Just throw a hat at them. You can do that." And pretty much what they said. It was not fun. So,
the bearded bros.
I'm not gonna delete Mario as a whole, but I'm gonna delete Odyssey because I don't want to see it ever again.
Get that.
I'm going to keep The Last of Us because I've never played it and I've heard it's good.
Oh, you can play it now.
I know I can. I could play it before. I own the original on the PS3 that's in there.
I feel like The Last of Us is overrated at this point.
I just haven't played it. I just haven't played it. So even if I have to play through it one time, I still haven't played it. So I keep
play with your wife.
And then I definitely need to reboot Halo because the last good thing they did was the Master Chief Collection. They opened up servers for all of the games.
Which was a novel thing to do.
Yep. And
it's a shame they had to hurt my boy to get there.
It's the only thing 343 has done right since they got the game.
That's right.
Well, I can't say that because the campaigns have still been enjoyable. It's just the multiplayer and everything else that they've thrown into it that they needed to put into it has been messed up.
Co-op campaign, split screen, goodbye. R.I.P. baby.
No, you can still do it. It's Infinite just released that they did the little beta early access to it in July, so I'm pretty sure it'll come out here any day now.
Well, they just canceled split screen. They're November they're releasing co-op online campaign, but they just canceled split screen.
Well, good thing you have more than one Xbox, right?
Not anymore. I just sold one.
Oh no!
I really did.
Oh no!
That's okay. But that's okay. I'm just not going to play it now. That's the hill I'm dying on.
That's kind of annoying because I did get annoyed because we were playing. So my wife and I were playing Vanguard Zombies the other day, and then they finally came out with the update, the new map. And as soon as they did that, split screen's gone. Period.
Mother
so now I can't play Zombies split screen. I was so upset. I was like, the new map comes out today. We're going to play the new map tonight. Did a 30 gig update and fucking went to play it, and I was like, it won't let me add you.
Yep. Yeah, these SOBs. That's Microsoft for you. They don't do that on PlayStation.
That wasn't Microsoft because technically the deal's not done yet. And that was Vanguard, so that's actually a Treyarch thing.
Yep. But Microsoft owns them. Those mother effers.
Not yet.
They end the process.
The deal's not finalized. There's no.
You know what?
The ink is all on the paper.
Close enough. Close enough. They're holding hands.
They still need to dot an I here and cross a couple T's there.
Look, they're basically sleeping together. Okay. They're common law. All right. Still counts.
All right. That was the case in South Carolina that I'm married to a couple people.
Whoa. I don't know what his name is, but we got to let him know.
I don't know. You just ask Josh. It's probably Josh somewhere along the line.
All right. Keep, delete, reboot. Here's what I'm doing. All right. I'm deleting Mario. Get the F out of here. I haven't enjoyed a Mario game in so many years. I'm so sick of just these generic Mario games and how the Nintendo fan base just comes and rallies behind it because it's got Mario on there. So I have purchased the last several core Mario games, even the Super Mario Brothers, the new Super Mario Brothers, the new Super Mario Brothers. I haven't enjoyed them. I did buy the collection that has 64 Sunshine and Moonshine on it. So I did quite enjoy that one.
You said Super Mario Moonshine.
I don't remember which one. Galaxy, I think is actually what it is, but same thing. So I think Mario, you've had your time. Nintendo, freaking it's time for you to do something different. Okay. You hold on to this same handful of franchises when you put them out, and I'm ready for them to go to pasture. So I'll delete Mario first off. I would keep The Last of Us because in its current state, it's just going to get remade, remastered, rebooted anyways. So if I just leave it alone, it'll put itself back out. I think that The Last of Us should have stopped at the first one. But then again, I haven't played the second one, so I can't, I guess, really say that. But I think that this whole reboot, remaster, remake, re-energize pattern they got going gives people like Kalai a bad taste in their mouth, and then they say something just completely out of left field, like it's overrated.
I
like
need to challenge all of you people. I need to challenge you all to play The Last of Us 2. Because I have a lot of fucking problems with that game. And we need to do a deep dive so I can tell you all the fucking problems with that game.
I got problems with it. I didn't even turn it on. So
oh, wait a minute. I'm very upset. Now I see why Rick pledged me to play this game.
Why?
It's got wieners in it.
If you run out of lives, you start all the way back at the beginning of the game.
Oh, that's effed.
I just went all the way back to the first floor of. Oh my god!
Why would you do that to somebody
Rick,
that you say you like?
Rick, I thought you liked me.
Thought we were friends. So, all right. And then as for me, as far as rebooting goes, yes, I think it is unanimous. We all agree Halo needs a strong reboot. And they're finally doing it. She's leaving because of family medical emergency. Bullcrap. The podcasts, the Xbox podcasts are finally getting the balls to say what we've all been thinking for years, that Bonnie Ross is completely in over her head, that 343 has done nothing but botchamania, the freaking Halo franchise. They can't do a good thing without doing two bad things. And I think it's time to move on and do something different. I 100% agree. I think that they need to take what they have. They got Halo Infinite and they've got Master Chief Collection. They need to work on those, and you need to give Halo as a property to another team. Yep. Bring in some fresh blood, get some new ideas in there. Why in the world do we not have a horror game in the Halo franchise with the Flood? It's so ripe for the picking. Why do we not have that? Why don't you get a team and say, hey, you guys do ODST for a little while. ODST was really interesting, really cool. Tell some cool stories.
Only Halo game I've never played.
It's good. It's good. It's just, it was different, man. It was a little different. It was a little slower paced. It still had your big monster closet areas, which with your traditional Halo stuff, but I don't. 343 does a really good job with multiplayer and actual gameplay. But when it comes to their story directions, and granted, I can't speak 100% on Infinite because I only played 2 levels in it, and I would really wanted to hold out for the split screen co-op because I've played every single Halo game in split screen co-op, including Halo 3 with my wife who doesn't play games. So I've played them all that way, and then here it is, I can't play this one that way because you continue to hurt me, 343. You continue to disappoint me and let me down, and I am sick and tired of you. And part of the reason why I have problems with Xbox in general is because of this studio. Like, this was the king. Halo was the king. Gears of War was like the prince. You know what I'm saying? Like those two franchises were the best in their genres for years, and now they're not. More so, less Halo than Gears. Gears is still fine. It's just not great. But I think it's time for someone else. I think we need some fresh blood in there. We need fresh creative ideas. And even if they went smaller scale and just did better Halo stories, like, why is Halo not the equivalency of Star Wars? The lore is there. The universe is there. You don't have, sure, we all want Master Chief. You don't always have to use Master Chief.
Give me an origin story. The Fall of Reach, the book was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got several.
His beginning was immaculate. If you guys redid that and I like that they did an open world concept with this one. Like, give me I'm one of the kids on a planet and they took me for the Spartan program. Give me I can be my own Spartan. Give me what Hogwarts Legacy is trying. You're making a game in the universe. You don't necessarily have to make it a franchise story based game. Give me freaking some UNSC something.
Yeah,
give me something that's a little different. Refresh the palette. Give us something we're all going to enjoy.
Well, look how the show, right? You had Kate or Kat or whatever that one chick's name was, who she removed her little spinal implant and she started to get all emotional and crazy. Like, you could tell that story in a game. It doesn't have to be something that changes the universe, but it could be something small, you know? Explore Halsey more, you know? Yep. Explore Cortana more, you know? But like I said, you have the Flood. You could do like Survivor style, or you could just be the military, just the Marines in the world fighting the Flood. The Flood has taken over. Or Chief came down, did a thing, left, and the ramifications of what he did unleashed the Flood on our world. I mean, there's so much you could do, you know? You could do more.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, you could, Arbiter, you know? Everyone hated when you put the Arbiter in Halo 2 when it first happened. We just wanted to be Chief. Now that he exists, people have come around to like him, yeah? Do something with the Arbiter.
Or they released the cinematic Forward Unto Dawn movie.
Yeah.
Give me that like training cycle for give me Commander Lasky's story, because they skipped from where he was rescued by Chief all the way to 4 where he's on the ship helping Master Chief. Like, where's that in between for Commander Lasky? Because I'm sure he's battled the Covenant way more since the time he was rescued on the training facility to when he was stationed on Forward Unto Dawn.
Yeah. What about Bucky? Or is it Buck? Is it Bucky? What about his story?
Yep.
Yeah. There's so much you could do. So I say give it to some fresh blood. Bring in some of these studios. I mean, you bought all these freaking studios. Let them do something with it, you know? Do something else. And like things like Halo Wars and Halo Wars 2, you know? What was it? Atrocitus? Is that what the guy's name? What was that big brute's name that everyone was making such a huge deal about with Halo Wars 2?
I don't remember. I haven't played Halo.
I don't remember. But like, the thing is, this is like you could do a whole spinoff on a rising enemy superpower, you know, that's becoming a big deal. Eventually, him and Chief are going to have it out, you know. And you could do these little side spinoffs that are just good quality games, but I don't know, man. I don't know what I want, but I'm just tired of the games coming out buggy, broken, and missing content, you know?
Yep.
Like, and Infinite came out and it was missing a lot of stuff, and I jumped in and I played a little bit and I was like, man, this is cool. I'm going to experience this with my son. And a year later, they tell me I can't do it. I don't want to play anymore. I can, and maybe I will one day because it's Halo and I played all the Halo games. But it's just frustrating because that was like, I've waited a year for you guys to figure it out. And now you're telling me we can't do it. And there's videos online of people using a menu glitch that allowed them to do it. So it's in the game. It's broken, but it's in the game. It's just so frustrating. And it's so, that's the kind of crap right there that just like keeps me like aggravated with Microsoft as a company. And I know that 343 botching Halo doesn't mean that Xbox is a bad console, but like from a consumer standpoint, it was like, this is why I was here, and now I don't want to be here anymore. You know, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to play Horizon. I'm going to play The Last of Us, and I'm going to play God of War. They keep pumping out quality games, and they don't come out, and they're not missing.
That's because you haven't played the second one.
I agree, and you're probably right. But that game had a lot of problems before it came out. I had fundamentally with it, and it was something so crucial to the story was spoiled for me. You know, I own the game. I have a physical copy of it. I might play it one day, but like, I'm not really digging that. I didn't want to be Ellie. I wanted to be Joel. I like Joel. The fact that I have to be Ellie and then I don't want to do that. You know, like I don't want to be an older Ellie. I don't want freaking to play and watch some random person kill Joel with a golf club in the beginning of the game. Like, that's frustrating to me.
Why are you spoilers for everybody
I just
else?
spoiled it. I'm mad. I'm bringing the whole thing down with me.
It's been out long enough, and they're already doing a part 1 BS thing. So
yeah, they just remade the remake, the remaster. Anyways, all I'm saying is this. Yeah, I just spoiled. I might bleep that out. I don't know. Who knows? I might not.
You should absolutely beep that out. But let me ask you this. Can we move this conversation on? Because I have a great idea.
Sure.
We just did kill, reboot, and whatever.
Delete.
Keep.
Yep.
So how about if we do marry, fuck, kill for this group? And I propose we do marry, fuck, kill with Phil Spencer. Who's the head of Xbox? Jack Ryan, whatever his name, Jim Ryan.
Phil Spencer.
Phil Spencer.
And Phil Spencer, the head of the PlayStation, and of course the head of Nintendo.
Who is that? I don't even know who. I don't even know who's there anymore.
So I'm going to kill him because I don't know who he is. I'm gonna marry Phil Spencer because he has big aspirations, and I'm just gonna sleep with Jimmy Ryan.
Oh, franchise Jimmy Ryan! You trying to get that yacht?
Hey, I gotta have some. I gotta have. Phil Spencer's got some money, but Jimmy Ryan could be my sugar daddy. All right. He's poured enough money into pointless endeavors.
You just trying to hit it and quit it, well, Jimmy. So
there's a reason there's only one Xbox, or there's only one PlayStation in my house, and there's multiple Xboxes.
It's because you don't know any better. It's not your fault. You're born that way.
Actually, I was born with I was born with a PlayStation.
Oh, come back to us, Zachary. Come back to us.
See, this is how the real ones did. They went PlayStation 2, Xbox 360.
I went PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. Like that was. No, don't get me wrong. Across the board, I've owned all of them. But when it comes to the primary place I play, it was PS1, PS2, Xbox 360, PS3, 4, 5. Because like that's just, and Xbox 360 was just so good, so good.
Damn, Kalai just reminded me of that movie Ouija: The Origin of Evil. You ever seen that one? That horror movie, Darrell?
I have not.
Well, the chick that gets possessed in it, she like opens her mouth and drops her jaw real wide. Cloud just eating something. She like full on all the way open, just shoved her whole hand in her mouth.
It's peanuts. I'm sorry. I'm eating peanuts because they're nice and salty and fatty to counteract the beer I'm drinking. Which,
so you're swallowing nuts on the podcast, and you're
by the way, do you like my beer glass?
I can't see it.
Anybody else?
That's dope. That's dope. I have.
It's Gears of War.
This Gears of War, baby.
So I bought the Gears of War box from Loot Box. Remember that company, the Loot Box, where you could like get monthly deliveries?
That trash company, yeah.
And my husband was cleaning my glass one day and broke it. And he knew it was my favorite beer glass. So I contacted them and I said, can I buy the glass again? My husband broke it. It's my favorite beer glass. And they sent me one for free.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yeah.
They're still a trash company, but all right.
I don't know anything about them. I did a couple loot boxes. We were trying to get into the whole unboxing video thing on YouTube, and then our video guy wasn't editing them and putting them out, so I gave up. I quit buying them.
Hey, actually, you know what, Darrell? I'll edit some videos if you want to just send me boxes. I'll do that.
Good.
I'll be the Loot Bros unboxer.
I'm good.
If you want to do like a video game monthly box, yeah.
I'm tired of getting screwed on these deals. All right, I've got a bad history with people who have made me promises and broke them. So
hey,
I'm gonna take my trauma.
I haven't streamed in like 2 months, so YouTube seems like a good idea.
Dude, I've been thinking about it, especially because my schedule is getting so freaking borked. I'm like, there's something about this early morning that I can get content stuff done. But I've never really had aspirations for the YouTube and stuff like that. And the idea of podcasting by myself is not my favorite, So I've considered the idea of making videos, or at least trying, and learning. I don't know. We'll see. I like doing something, but I don't know that I want to start something from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the idea of creating content and making things, but the idea of starting a YouTube channel and making videos and trying to grow something just seems so daunting and such a huge task. Then I also consider, I'm like, who the freak's going to watch my videos? I mean, come on.
You never know.
These mofos barely listen to me talk on a show.
You could be the next Mr. Beast.
I could. All right.
Well, thank you. Since Zach was the only one that answered my question.
Yep. All of those things go against my good old Christian boy values, so I can't do any of them, but I would keep, delete, and reboot them.
I mean, I guess you kill the guy from Nintendo, so we all don't know who he is.
No, he's already dead. Nobody.
I mean, it seems like they're doing fine without him anyway. So
Yeah, they're like, we had.
don't really need him.
We had My Body Is Ready. We had that other guy first.
Yeah, Reggie can come back and resume all responsibilities as the world leader of Nintendo. I'm all about him. I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'll marry both of them. I'll be polyamorous and I'll marry both. Spencer and
sister wives.
I'll sister wife them both.
The Cloud Wives.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, guys, this has been the Loot Bros Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Kalai, for coming on here and kicking it with me this week. Definitely check out the Patreon, guys. There's some great content on there. We're pumping out some different stuff, and we hope that you enjoy it. Please go look at the poll. It is the pinned post on the Patreon for the Game Club Volume 3. I want you guys to get on there and vote. You can only vote if you're a patron. So get on there and definitely check it out. Vote. And then what we're going to do is, each after we finish the Loot Bros Game Club number 2, we'll go into number 3. We'll set our time frame, set up the post for number 4, and we are taking submissions from the community. Even if we don't pick the exact game that you want, maybe it's someone. We had multiple people say we need some sort of RPG on there, so we put the king of RPGs. We put Skyrim. Also, Todd Howard paid us to do it.
I wish you did.
All right, guys. Thank you.
I bought Skyrim multiple times. I've yet to beat the game.
And you know what? I've done that.
Well,
so.
Kalai just screwed herself.
There you go. Pledged is pledged. Here we go. If she doesn't get GTA 5, I'll be disappointed. All right, guys.
Did you announce that I was available to take another game?
Oh, no, I didn't do that because you haven't finished Just Dance.
Well, that's not easy to finish. It takes a lot of time.
That's what she said.
But
all right, guys. For real this time. That's like the third time I've said it. This is the Loot Bros Podcast. We're out of here.
Bye.
Abondo.
It's like a little Loot Bros orchestra over here. Everybody plays their part.
My time is up. The time is now.
Kalai has alcohol.
No, man. I literally just recorded this entire segment without hitting the record button. So I'm going to try to make it half as entertaining as it was when I did it originally. So I'm going to add this at the end of the show since the show flowed so well. I didn't want to jump in and interject with anything. Goodness, what a hot mess. I just freaking did this whole thing for nothing. And all of my great jokes will be gone. This was by far the best segment, best trophy achievement leaderboard segment you guys would have ever experienced. But since I botched it, you will never, ever know. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with the true achievements leaderboards. Sonny Pony to you, first place, 6,135 points, playing some Alfred Hitchcock Vertigo. Second place, Zack, 4,210 points, playing some Scribblenauts. I asked in the previous recording that didn't make it, Zack, please reach out and let me know what you think about Scribblenauts. Should I play it? I've never played it, and I own it on multiple consoles. GDI Master Ace, third place with 630 points, playing some Grounded. I'm styling on your bro, 445. I'm playing some Halo Infinite. And then fifth place, our former co-host, Josh, the Walking Idea. Josh has issues with 105 achievement points, playing some Destroy All Humans. Very nice. Heading over to the True Trophies leaderboard, we have Affectatious Donk with 544 achievement points. Excuse me, no, we're in trophies now. Yeah, there you go. See, the first take was perfect, guys. The second take, not so much. 544 trophies, playing some Ghost of Tsushima. Second place, Mr. Matt spelled backwards, 149 trophies, playing Genshin Impact. Very nice. Third place, we got Mr. TMNT 84 tied with Red Beard Rick for 46 trophies each. Got some Fallout 4 from Joe, and we got some Stardew Valley from Rick. Very nice. Shout out Rick. I saw earlier that he posted he got another platinum. I believe it was in Chess Ultra. So congratulations there. Then we got Stink Palm with 34, playing some Ghost of Tsushima. And then while we're at it, we'll go through, since there was a tie for third, we'll go The Grounded Gamer, 31, playing some Let It Die. Very nice. No, Death First, Let It Die. I don't know if that's different than Let It Die, the Grasshopper manufacturer, Grasshopper Studios, I think that's what it is. Either way, doesn't matter. So we're going to head over to our backlog beatdown now, since I totally botched the recording. All right, we've got I'm Styling on You Bro with 136 points. CJ in second place with 98. Diego in third with 92. Residentdarrell 89. Redbeard Rick 81. Gareth 67. JT 59. Joseph Priestley 57. Jared 39. Yield 36. I believe Yield actually posted some points earlier, but I have not updated them today. So we got Alex with 33, we got MZ with 28, Sadek with 26, Kalai with 22, James the Nerd, and Noah the Builder with Zachary Ledford, all with 21 each. He with 19, Dino Killer with 10, Homer with 9, Corey with 9, Spider Pax with 8, BWOW with 6, John Michael with 6, Jim with 5, James with 3, and Levi with 2. There you go, guys. Backlog beatdown, leaderboards. Appreciate you guys paying attention to what we have going on in the show and participating with us. Thank you for all you do. Be sure to subscribe. Check out all the other stuff we have going on with this show. And we'd love some feedback. You know, we'd love some reviews. We'd love just to hear what you think. Do you like what we're doing? Do you want some changes? What do you want with the Loot Bros? Also, check out the Patreon. I'm going to be pumping out some content this week. I'm going to be dropping some new stuff. Hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to end with the instrumental. This one made me laugh. I was going through my folder of songs that I've written, and I may or may not have ever posted this in the show. I'm not sure, but it's this dumb little sample that we put in here, and we sent it to one of our band members, and was just like, "Hey, we wrote a song about you," and he didn't think it was very funny. We liked it. Doesn't mean you guys think it's funny, but here's a nice little instrumental to end out the show. Thank you guys for all you do, and we'll be back.
I'll give you pleasure. pleasure.